What is up, Bomb Squad? Welcome back to the Burndown YouTube channel. We are out here today. I want to go over the AC install on the Maliboom. So I did film this weekend, but I was splitting my time between the Twinnebago and then trying to get this thing kind of done. We have an upcoming camping trip, so that thing needs to run properly, and I needed to service it, make sure she's in fighting shape when we go. And I love my family and my dog and stuff in the motorhome when we travel far away in the thing, or far enough away I should say, that I need to make sure that it's right. But we had this thing kind of opened up and filleted, and it wasn't a mover because we had stuff apart. So because of that, I wanted to get more stuff done than try to film and get stuff done. And I was like, oh, I'll just take everybody for a test drive when we get the AC installed. And I did that, and the video kind of sucked. And I will let you know why. But first, let's get to the good stuff. Let me pull this hood off. We'll go underneath, and I'll show you what we did and how it looks with the AC in. Things. Bam! There she is in all her glory. Nice little unit there. So, you guys saw this installed and the lines were good, but everything was just kind of hanging out. And then the problem I had was there is a tube right here, and these lines wouldn't get by. Well, now you can see we got plenty of room, and there's actually room on the bottom. There's room for everything and room for activities. So I ended up pushing the radiator back about an inch. So that's what this panel is. We had to make an extension off of here because I had about a 3/4 inch gap, right? So that covers it so the air flows through the rad. So we had to make new mounts for that. Extend this. I actually moved everything over. I didn't spray this, so at some point we'll have to spray that black. But this is the old mount, and this is the new one. We're about an inch that way. Which it's funny because this thing is still like right on my air filter, but believe it or not, it's an inch over because it was damn near touching it. And then I think we can come back now that everything's kind of finalized and I know that we're good. There's little holes in there, and I can just trim that out. That'll give me a 1/2 inch. It'll just open up more airflow to the turbo. Which again, we have the removable filter. See? You just pull it out. That dude's in there ready to party, right? So I think we should still get decent airflow. Slide it back down, rock and roll ready. I had this thing basically done. I was pretty excited. I moved pretty well on it. And my transmission cooler's mounted to the condenser. And I didn't change that. And I went to put the front end on, and that hit. So then I had to, luckily I had enough holes here to move that over, right? So all of that really chewed up my day for the most part, between working on the bagel in the morning and like this in the afternoon. And then Sunday, I pretty much spent the day doing the wiring. Oh, and I guess to backtrack a bit, the charge pipe is all brand new as well. So I did this during the week. Yes, it's close. It doesn't hit. It doesn't. It's pretty sturdy. So I don't think we're gonna get into nothing. But I did this after hours, like during the week. We've got the hard line that goes over for the blow-off valve to the intake. And like I said, that all turned out good. We still have the silicone boots. I was going to get froggy and do like a quick release guy, but I was like, man, then I got to take this thing out. We got to take all this covering off and try to weld it. I was like, that's just a wreck. So that it's silicone here and silicone here, which should be fine. We're not running crazy boosts, so hopefully it stays on. And then I want to get an Adele clamp, but for now this is just a regular, hose guide clamp we do. And then we went with the trinary. So we have the fan kick and then the binary switch for this guy. And then that comes out of the dude in here. So the wiring goes through. I already had a nice little hole right there. And it all goes in. And everything's awesome, right? And you guys already saw the under dash unit just chilling. Just chilling away, hanging out in here. And here is the thing. This is the thing. That's the thing. We have bare metal. My headliner was failing, so that's gone. So, I mean, it's just whatever's on the other side of that is the heat that you're getting, right? So, I was thinking, man, this thing works, but it doesn't really seem to work that well. Like, the air feels cold coming out of it, but I felt like I was overheating in the car. Well, I came out here, I think it was yesterday, and I was cranking the AC, and I had like a thermometer in the vent just to check, because we just guessed on the poundage or whatever to fill the system up. We were hoping it didn't leak. It was blowing cold, and I was getting from outside, it was like 93 or something in the shade in the garage. This was sitting out here, so let's just call it 90, right? I was getting like 59 degree air, so it's like a 30 degree delta from the air that was out here to what was inside the car. So I'm like, it's not that bad, and it felt good. But I'd sit in the car, man, and I was like, and I'd open the door, and it'd feel cooler. Like, I'd go outside, I'm like, man, like, how is this blowing 60 degrees? The garage is like 95 or whatever, and when I get out of the car, I feel like I'm getting out of something that's hotter. Well, you big dummy, I don't have insulation at all. So then I got smart, and I took my little gun, because I had one of those little radar gun guys, and I started radar gunning stuff in the car. It was like, because it sucks air in, it's just recirculating air inside the car, and the roll bar itself, I think, was 114, and like the floor was ridiculous, and then I was gunning stuff, and it was basically like 110 or 12 or something. Like, the ambient temperature in there was stupid, and that's not the AC's fault, that's because there's no insulation. So and then if that's the case, the air that's sucking in and then it's spitting out, I mean, the delta, again, it's still working off of this condenser out here, not what's in there, but regardless, I feel like it's doing its job, because if you could technically cool it down 30 degrees from what's outside, I feel like that's pretty good. You guys let me know in the comments, and then we can play with pounds or whatever we need to mess with now that the system is in here. But the main thing, and when I wanted to pick your guys' brains, is insulation, right? Because they have, I went down the Amazon rabbit hole, and I went on the YouTube rabbit hole. The one that looks the most interesting, I think I'm going to compound it, but and then I think I heard Jason talk about it, but he said lizard skin. So I was like, spray on stuff, how good could that do? Well, it seems like they make a ceramic coating, and they want you to double it up with their sound deadener, which I don't really care about sound deadening. The car, we're screwed. It's always going to be loud. But the ceramic coating portion, they have this tester thing where they have like a cup, and you fill up with hot water, and you can't touch the cup on the one portion, but on the rest of it you can like hold it, I guess. So I figured that would be a pretty cool way to just, because I can spray stuff, right? So just spritz all the stuff there. Hell, we might even do the roof, do whatever, because whatever the kit comes with. And then that makes me wish that I could pull the transmission out, because maybe at some point if we go back to war, maybe we'll make a day when I'll just yank the transmission down and just coat the tunnel. Would be rad. But I figure if I spritzed it with that, and that kind of cut the initial shock, and then put some sort of like aluminum with jute or whatever, and then carpet, I feel like we'd be styling pretty well. And then on the headliner stuff, I don't have anything in here, right? And then it's an old bow type headliner, which I still have the bows, and I can do that, but the problem, like when you roll the windows down, it just wants to grab it, and it was flapping. And I guess if it was installed properly, it would work properly, but I'm not an upholstery guy, so I mean, I could do some lick 'em stick 'em stuff, which would be kind of easier. So that's what I was thinking, maybe if I just lizard skin this panel that's showing, and then we put lick 'em stick 'em on that. Or I could even come back here and make, because it looks like this is down far enough, depending if I can get in there, do like the lick 'em stick 'em, and then do like a piece of aluminum, you know, and then that kind of air gaps that, and just make like a headliner with the windows down. I don't know how big of a piece, maybe that'd be like a 2-piece deal, like the front half headliner and back half, and then I could just screw it right to that guy, you know, and that'd give me like the air gap. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. And then I wonder, I would imagine that some heat is going to come from here, but this could probably just be lizard skin and lick 'em stick 'em, and then this is where the heat is going to pour in. So here, and then like the firewall, so I think that's where we need the help. Then I have some holes and stuff. I got some big holes up top that we didn't address, and then I've got this thing, right? So this guy is like supposed to be an air vent, which is kind of cool. I'll just leave it here, but I had that wide open too when I was driving around. And then this stuff was just some like really cheap sound deadener stuff I threw in here. hoping it'd make a difference, but I don't think it does pretty much squat. And definitely that. Like, this is full, like, just tin, and when this thing's running and the transmission's hot, that thing is hot. Like, it's hot to just touch. So that was definitely not helping our cause. So that is a look at that. Let me know on your recommendations for sound deadener, and we'll go from there. And then if you watch the video this far, another thing that's kind of exciting, I think, oh yeah, door panels too. We're gonna get new ones, and then I'll do some sort of stuff on that. So again, we'll insulate this, and I think it'll make life better. But for a little excitement for the channel, I think I'm gonna pick up a new camera. They have Insta360 Go Ultra, and then I can do some POV shots. It looks fun, but it looks like it would make me want to use it a bit more, because one of the problems I have, I know everybody loves like time lapses and all that, but you got to set the camera up. Like, I have to remember to set it up and hit the button and then grab it when I'm doing stuff. Well, the other one, it's magnetic. So I always wear a hat. You guys know I wear a hat. They have a little hat clip mount, so I figure I can flip the thing around, slap it on my Coco, and do some work and do some stuff. And then also driving around. We want to do a lot more testing and driving with this. Now that it runs and we're getting, I mean, we've got AC. Aside from insulation, like I need to put miles on, we need to go to the dyno. And holding a camera like I have here and driving, first of all, I don't think it's legal. And second of all, like, I have mounts and stuff, but then you gotta lean over when you're strapped in. I don't mess with any of that. We'll just get, like I said, I can just slap it to my head. We can record. So I think that's gonna be a game changer, and it's magnetic, so we can get some fun shots. This whole car is metal. I mean, I could stick it like straight down. I could stick it there. We can have a lot more fun with it. And then especially when I'm racing too, I only have a couple different mounting options. Strapped in, I couldn't really reach them. So I'm hoping that that'll be fun. It'll be more fun for me to bring you guys just different shots and images and bring you along, especially like on the drives and stuff, because it is drag and drive. It is mostly going to be driving come here soon, because my local track was shut down. But I do have another track. It's called Burndown. It's 8th mile. It's like an 80-mile drive, and I believe they have an event like next month. So we should be in shape to like start testing. We're not going to set the world on fire. I'd like to upgrade axles and a few other things, but that won't stop us from getting the bump dialed in, getting a leave, you know, those sorts of things, having some fun and enjoying the fruits of our labor. So, and if I had the small camera too, we can bring you guys along, and I think it'd make life a lot easier and better. And honestly, it's just another toy, and it's something that it'll get me excited about making more content. It'll bring you guys along, and I think everybody on that journey wins. So, on that note, you guys know what to do. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know about insulation. Till next time, I'm out.
Rolling through the streets, yeah, I'm the king of the block. Got that drag and drive style, make your whole city rock. Maliboom gangster, with a touch of finesse. I'm burning rubber, raising hell, feel the heat, no stress. Turbo LS, under the hood, I'm moving quick. Nicky tires grip the road, make them stick like a trick. She sloppy tune, we got a hit in 08. In the war performance parts all over the place. The bomb squad's